Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Novella. Today is Friday, and that means a deep dive. Normally, it is a deep dive into literary fiction or very famous author or translated fiction or something more obscure. This one is pulp, pure pulp fiction. Remember 2 weekends ago when Ollie, our favorite garbage man, criminally, organized his Garbaugust 1.5. And I promised him I will read a garbage book. Well, I chose the Body Snatchers. That's the original title, but it's better known as The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And I was so surprised by the quality of that book. It was really, really, really good. So what's the story about? Well, small town, California, Mill Valley, I believe it's called, it doesn't matter. And there's a Dr. Bennell, and he closes up shop, and because he wants to have an early night, and suddenly his childhood crush arrives, and she says, "Doctor, you have to come. My best friend's Uncle Ira is not himself. It's really weird. You have to come and see this." And there are worse ways to spend your evening, so he goes with his childhood crush to Uncle Ira. And indeed, Uncle Ira is a bit weird. It's a bit off. He looks like Uncle Ira, he sounds like Uncle Ira, he talks like Uncle Ira, he even smells like Uncle Ira, but still he doesn't feel like Uncle Ira. And then more and more people call in with the same problem. He contacts his best friend, who is a psychologist, and he is convinced that it's all mass hysteria. But then they find giant seed pods, and in there are not yet completely formed human beings. And they look exactly like the person that is closest to the seed pod. So yeah, that's a problem. So apparently they were invaded by extraterrestrials that come as seed pods. They take over the body of, they recreate the body of the humans that they see, and the humans die off, and the clones of those people die after 5 years. They are not, it's not possible to have babies or whatever, so they take over a body, they live another 5 years, and then they die. So that's a huge problem, because after a couple of years, everybody will be taken over and humanity will be gone. That's the story. It is a wonderful novel, but I find it full of symbolism, although Finney claims that it wasn't meant to, but it is full of symbolism, and it is very relevant today. At a certain moment, he says, so we're talking 1956, I believe, or 54, doesn't matter. He says, well, just to gain a second, we are capable of eliminating all humanity. So he takes as an example the operator. You know, when you watch those old movies, you pick up the phone and there's an operator on the other side of the line, and who you want to call, and then they give a phone number and she gets you into contact. And then during that time, the operators were fired and everything became mechanical. And in a way, it is true that just to gain a second, we are willing to erase all humanity. And like more and more people see each other as not as a person, but as product. They curate their Instagram and their Facebook and their TikTok to the T. It's really a product placement. They are the product. So it's more and more less human. And also, then you have also the cloning that really exists now. You have artificial intelligence. We can imagine that within 10 years, we can read novels that are written by Chat GPT or whatever, or GPD, or what is it called? Or we can, everything loses human touch. And just to gain a little second, we are willing to give everything up. It's like going to the supermarket and you scan everything yourself, and then you pay automatically, and then you leave. It's a little quicker. It is. Or you buy everything online. Yeah, it's quicker. It is. It's easy. It's convenient. But where's the humanity in that? And why are we making ourselves redundant? That's the idea, I think. Of course, there was also the time, it was the height of the Cold War. So there was a lot of mass hysteria when it came to the bomb and everything, and the evil that came from Cuba and the Russians. And, so everything became worse and worse because of our own minds, and because people made us, well, especially politicians and everybody who had anything to gain by it, made us scared. In a way, it also made me feel like those parts come from another world, and they come here and they take everything they need, and after 5 years they're gone, but everything is that. It's a bit like what we did with America. Let's call it America. And the indigenous people, it's a bit like what we did in Africa, Indonesia. We take, leave, take everything with us, and we leave a dead space behind and traumatized people. So for me, it was not as much a pulp book, but really insightful. And I really enjoyed it. I really highly recommend it. I had a blast with it. It's fast-paced. It's great. And I love the movie. Well, I've seen only the movie of the 50s that made a huge impact on me when I was a kid. And the movie with Kiefer Sutherland that also made a huge impact. I haven't seen anything else, but those two I really liked. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great weekend and a lot of time to read. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.